really appreciate the fact that you were willing to
I think
stand up.
I work for a hospital
So,
to
as you may
use
be
my
aware,
body.
California has harassed
Good
people
luck.
to succeed.
The Dark Agenda, War to Destroy Christian America by David Horowitz, a Jew. Anyone that wants to know what's happening in our public, private, school system in the United States of America needs to read this book. You can get the book. You can get it on Audible app and listen to it if you're too busy to read. 1960, something fundamentally changed the United States of America's public school system, at which point our public schools became government indoctrinational camps. A little boy by the name of William, who was forced in Baltimore, Massachusetts, to recite the Lord's Prayer, Pledge of Allegiance, and different other things every morning. Upon his mother, Madeline Murray, who would later become Madeline Murray O'Hare after being married in the early 60s, became so infuriated that he is reciting the Lord's Prayer in his Baltimore, Massachusetts public school that when questioned about it, she slapped him across his face and said, "You stupid fool. Don't you understand what is going on? The United States is nothing more than a fascist slave labor camp run by a handful of Jew bankers in New York City. They trick you into believing you are free with those phony rigged elections, etc., etc., etc." She actually applied for citizenship in the USSR. When denied citizenship, she said, "Russia is close to what we want, but not close enough, or they would have let us in. Well, if they will keep us from going to Russia, where there is some freedom, we'll just have to change America." That's where Murray's lawsuit began, but that's not how it's presented to the general public in the United States, or the general public, or the courts. She had a ruthless energy to blame Christians for why she hated life and why she hated God. Government indoctrinational camps. That's what our public school system has become. So all of you have questions for me. What are we going to do in our school system? We can't go to school without masking. We can't go to school without vaccine. We're no longer saying the Pledge of Allegiance. We're no longer allowed to pray. All of these are problems. Well, if you've got enough money, join a private school. Most of us don't. If you have the wherewithal, you can homeschool. Most of you don't have the wherewithal to homeschool. You're a single mom. You can't afford to leave your children home and homeschool. You are two working parents. You can't afford to homeschool your children. You're gone for 8, 10, 12 hours a day. So what do? Well, Sister Spell and I created the Life Tabernacle Academy, Apostolic Truth Academy. We graduated our children from there, which was basically a homeschool event where many people from the community came together every day and we taught. We taught Bible, physical education, English, science, all of this. And all of our children graduated at 16 with some as many as 12 college credits. Most of our children in our church do that, who are homeschooled students. So this is a great option for you. Do you really want to fight the system in the public schools? Teachers who are godless, homosexuals, atheists, lesbians, God haters. Do you really want them putting your spirit on your children? You have to ask yourself that. And if you don't, then you have an option. Have a heart-to-heart with your children and say, listen, we're going to pull you out of the public school system. You're going to homeschool. It's an option for you. If you're strong enough, you can fight the public school system. You're not going to be able to go along to get along. You're going to be a Daniel, a Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the public school system. And you're going to have to be a fighter. You're going to have to be a witness, a living epistle known and read of men. My witnesses, saith the Lord, whom God hath chosen. You can do that also. If you're brave enough, you can do it. The majority of the children in our church are public school children, so you can do it. We're very proud of you. I'm going to help you. I'm going to pray for you. We're going to help you get through this. It's not going to get better. It's going to get worse because there is a dark agenda to destroy America, and especially Christian America. We're going to help you through that. Send in your questions to us, comments. I'm praying for you. You be strong because these are perilous times. Men are going to heap to themselves teachers having itching ears, deceiving and being deceived. We're here for you to make sure you don't get deceived. God's richest blessings in your life today. In Jesus' name.